Why can't we see you on camera?
Oh, because I just got out of bed.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Sour Mug Kennels. Good afternoon. I recently bred EB. What's an EB? Any idea? English Bulldog.
Oh, okay.
But I dewormed 2 months ago. Would it be bad idea to deworm it now that I've done artificial insemination? Well, you can use Safeguard, fendobendazole, very safe stuff. And what we do is we give 2 rounds of worming a week before and a week after whelp for 3 days straight. And I would do that unless if you see evidence of worms, you need to take care of it, and I would do it sooner. But otherwise, I'd wait for a bit. I mean, I think Safeguard's very, very safe. But here's my general thoughts. I think the most delicate time of a pregnancy is probably in the first few weeks, because that's when things are getting going, cells are starting to divide. There's a thing called gastrulation where this kind of lump of eggs folds in particular ways to form various parts of the body. So I think that's a very critical time. I don't have any scientific evidence on this, so you can completely discount what I'm saying here. But I would not introduce anything that I didn't need to during that first 3 weeks for sure. So I would hold it off if you can. But again, if you've got an obvious problem, then you need to take care of it. This is one for Tammy. Olga Gradinar. Can you please make a video and show your 4x4 crate with a raised floor and where you buy it? Looked everywhere and I can't find one that big a size. Where do you get yours?
My wire crate?
Yes, with a raised floor, with a 4x4.
Well, I order it off of Pet Edge or Chewy.
Okay.
But you want to make sure to pay attention what the gauge is on the wire, how heavy the wire is, because if you get a flimsy, flopsy one, it's not very good.
So you want a 1/2-inch grate. Some come with a 1-inch grate, which would be fine for bigger dogs, but certainly for things like Frenchies and dogs that adults are 30 pounds or less, you'd want to have the 1/2-inch grate. I've seen them called playpens. So if you type in playpen raised floor 1/2-inch grate, I think you'll find it, and I'd Google that.
Yeah.
And they're all over the place in price. Like Tammy says, there are some that are inexpensive. They're thin gauge. They're a bit flimsy.
And then what's nice about it is the actual playpen. When the dogs get bigger, and I move them to that, the puppies get bigger, I move them to an open top playpen. I call it open top, but it's just the pen that you hook up together and make a rectangle big area for them to, or a circle area for them to be able to play.
Yeah, it comes in like
sleep.
7 or 8 panels, doesn't it?
And what I do is I slip the tray from the 4x4 pen, and I use that tray and use one of the grates for on top of that, and I put the pee pads on top of the tray and then put the grate on top of it. Then the puppies all go pee-pee on that. They learn to pee-pee on that area, and so that makes them smell for the pee pads. And
there you go. So all the ones I've seen come with 2 trays, don't they? They've got 2 pictures.
Yeah.
Which is one of those trays, and that tray's a 4 foot by 2 foot tray, which is a great. Like Tammy says, pee pad underneath, one of the floor panels on top, makes for a great kind of.
And then one of the trays that collect the waste.
So there you go.
From below.
All right. Someone says my jokes are amazing. I love you both.
That's what I thought whenever I met James for the first time. His jokes were hilarious.
Yeah.
Live with that for, 19 years? And 24/7.
Yeah, whatever.
They are funny, though.
Help me out with this one.
Some that are funny.
With this one, Nancy Hamoir says, I love your Frenchies. Can you do a segment on boas? They're snakes. BOAS.
We don't do snakes, thank you.
I know, we don't mean that. It means something else. What do they mean, boas? Big something. I don't know what that is.
I don't know. They'll have to tell us what they...
Hey, David Rossum. My dog was negative on a relaxant test, day 23, 25, 31, and 40 since ovulation timing was right. Was negative on ultrasound at day 31. She's 4 years old. If she has a singleton or 2 puppies, will ultrasounds miss it? And will they produce enough of the relaxant hormone to show positive? Yes, they will. I mean, so typically you've got a singleton, it tends to be a bigger puppy, so it's probably more obvious on an ultrasound anyway. But, I mean, they do miss things on ultrasounds, but not at day 40. So everything's coming up negative for you, so I think, unfortunately, you're not getting a litter out of this. Certainly, you get a more stronger, relaxing test. This is the cassette where you take plasma and put it in a few drops into the window. And it shows you 2 lines if it's pregnant. Certainly, you get a very faint line. If you've got a singleton puppy, it tends to be a very faint line, but it's still there. So it should show up. Good day, love my pups. This is from ASMR Sammy's Choice. I have a German Shepherd that has been bleeding for more than 13 days. So when should I breed? Well, you don't tell us how old the dog is, so it may be a young dog, and that may be having a split or prolonged heat, which I suspect what's going on. I mean, what there's a number of things you can do here. One is just to introduce her to another male dog and see what her behavior is, or go get a progesterone test done. But without that, we don't know where she is. She's bleeding, and she's been bleeding for 13 days, so that's not necessarily abnormal. It doesn't mean that she's not having a heat that will not end up in a successful pregnancy, but you need more information. David Larez, when collecting male semen, do you need to expose the bulbous gland? No, you don't. I don't do that. So what we're talking about is to pull the sheath all the way back so it goes. I grab the dog gently, I mean firmly but not hard, between the bulbous gland and the testicles. That's where I hold on to the dog. And I figure that if it's exposed the bulbous gland, it'd probably be uncomfortable for the dog. So no, I don't do that. I never do that. But people do, and I can tell you it works fine without doing that. Absolutely fine. What's your email? I have a question. Just send the question right here, and I'll see it.
Maybe it's a private question.
Well, there's a phone number at the front of this, so you can text it.
Yes.
What dog food do you all use or recommend for French Bulldogs? There's a reply here, and somebody says, Value Pack 28-20 black bag, feed mill in Alabama. Okay, well that's going to be a specific to your area, so that's not going to unfortunately be something you're going to find. There's something that you can find everywhere is Life's Abundance, and we actually you can order that to show up, through FedEx or UPS on our website, My British Supply. We use that product. We love it.
Certainly, especially for the puppies. I was really impressed how the puppies look when they're eating on Life Abundance puppy.
Yep, it's good stuff.
Of course, our adult dogs are doing great.
Yep,
too.
but it's not cheap. It's not cheap.
We've been doing it
four years,
yeah,
something like that. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what we've been using exclusively for the last 3 or 4 years. Other than the Bill Jet that we use for pregnant mums when they got puppies.
And I've been doing the puppy for a couple of years, and I was just totally. Yes.
Epic Pets, just be honest. Brindles aren't as popular because it's the cheapest color. That's why you prefer tan points over Brindle. It's nothing to do with the gene. The only thing that Brindle gene does is it makes breeders lose money, hence dislike.
No, that's not why we do it. We're real high on our tan points.
Well, I mean, I don't.
It runs veins up through our little lines.
Yeah.
And
Tammy's pinching me on the arm.
Yeah, and it's like, it doesn't look very pretty on the tan points.
Okay,
that's why we don't do it.
But I don't disagree with the comment. I mean, I don't disagree with the comment. I mean, obviously, there's some things that you do.
You might do it for the money, but I don't. I do it for the looks.
Well,
sorry.
Okay, well so here we go. This is why it's great to have two people having a conversation. So look, I mean, you do things for a number of reasons. One of them is that you love what you're doing. That's us. But number two is there's a financial reward for it. That's us. And so what you try to do is maximize both of them. The best financial reward with the best overall emotional response to what you're doing. So for whatever reason it is, there's nothing dishonest about it, and there's nothing wrong with it. And if you want to breed brindles, absolutely breed brindles. It's not like I see a brindle and I say, "Ooh, that's a horrible dog." I take it away from it. Not at all. Not at all. Reverse brindles are beautiful. So, but there is an impact in terms of the money, and so
Okay, let's talk about the color then. On the tan points, it will run little veiny lines up and down the tan points. You want your tan points nice and clear and crisp.
Well, absolutely.
Just pretty.
Absolutely. Brindle wipes
and
up
when
that
you
noise.
get brindle in through there, it doesn't look as pretty anymore.
Okay, right.
So that's my opinion, and that's what I'd breed for. So yours is different from mine.
I've been taking my dog, this is Erica Salea. I've been taking my dog's temperature daily for the past 3 days. You say normal temp for a pregnant dog is 102. No. 102 would be a dog that's a dog that may have pyometria. No, that's danger zone. 102 or higher on any dog, pregnant or not, is a dog that needs to go to the vet.
Yes.
My dog's temperature is between 97.8 and 96.7. Well, probably because you're not getting the thermometer in far enough. On a Frenchie or a lab, you want to get the thermometer in a good 1.5 inches. If you get it in just a little bit, you'll get a low temperature. And I suspect that's what's going on. Because a dog that has a temperature of 97, within 24 hours typically to have puppies, and you say it's been like that for the last 3 days, so I'm pretty sure you're not getting the thermometer in far enough. But you should see a temperature of a dog, a normal dog's temperature that's not pregnant, 100.5, pretty typical. A dog that's pregnant, when you first start taking it, when you're maybe a week away from having puppies, 100.5, slowly coming down, doesn't always do this, but slowly dropping down, 3 days before pregnancy, before whelp, maybe 99.5, then 99.3, and finally it gets down to 99.0, and you're close. I'm almost done here.
I'm going in.
Okay, right. Oh, I'll keep going.
Bye. I can see my hand.
And...
Oh, don't forget to mention I've got a little pet female Frenchie. So if you're looking for a pet or a family companion, please call 580-799-1910. And I do have a little boy that's full AKC rights. He is a fluffy carrier. He's a chocolate fawn, carries blue, carries cream, carries AT, and he's just a wonderful little boy. So give me a
And we've
call.
got some full fluffies. We've got 2 girls and, let's see, you got to think here, 2 girls and 3 boys that are full fluffies as well. All right, there we go. Thanks for watching. Everybody have a great weekend. Bye. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.